Hi, welcome back to Autopedia, I guess I'm calling it. Um, I actually really like that name, just mixed automobile and Wikipedia together. Today's search through Wikipedia was a long one. I went through a bunch of universities. I first found universities in Sweden through an old historical Swedish man. That led me to universities in Germany, which then I looked for like car universities and tech universities to try and see if there's anything associated with those car brands, like the German car brands. Couldn't find anything, but yes, you see here I'm looking KIT. It's like a tech university in Germany, I guess. So I was clicking through trying to find anything car related. I found the EU. And I knew once I found the EU, I could pick any of the countries in the EU if I just clicked correctly. And so that kind of gave me choice as of where I wanted my car company to be from. I went with France because France has got some weird car designs that are a lot older, and I kind of wanted a weird older car this time. So I found Renault, which then led me to the 2CV, which I'm assuming is the 2CVs, or sorry, 4CV. I'm assuming the 4CV is the bigger counterpart to the 2CV. So I think this car is like a four door regularly, but I decided to make it as small as possible. So I really just picked the smallest, tiniest chassis and built off of that. Um, like I said before, they don't have to be exact to it. It's just kind of inspired by it. So I just because it was like a 1947 car, I really wanted all the old materials to it. Like everything on it was age appropriate. I made the motor the correct CC to what it actually was, 780 cc. But then I put like race cams and race headers and stuff on it just to try and make it competitive. Like they wouldn't have ever sold that at the market like that, but I had done it that way just because I wanted some sort of fighting chance with this little car. Yeah, it is absolutely miniature. It looks pretty close to the actual real car, so that's good. Um, Motors in the back. It's a rear, so it's very back heavy. It's got snap oversteer. It's so bad to corner. Basically, if you let go of the throttle around any sort of corner, the back just gets away from you. There's nothing you can really do. There's so much weight and inertia back there that it just spins you out. So driving this car was a fight. 3-speed manual. This is gonna be my first manual car. Um, Again, drum brakes all around. I went for the tiny seats in the back because I tried to make it a five-seater still, even though it's absolutely miniature. I don't know how you fit five people in there. Um, so yeah, as you can see, my motor was weak. I believe I got it up to 42 horsepower, which is not that much, but the car itself didn't weigh a lot either. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, just everything as basic as possible. Yeah, see here, 40 horsepower, 39 and a half pound-feet of torque. Header's a little bit constrictive, but I mean, I have the race headers on there. There's not much I could do. Um, yeah, not a powerful motor. Doesn't rev high either, so there's not a lot I can actually work with. The actual look of this car, I loved doing. I had so much fun like redesigning this car. This little silver bumper thing came in handy again. I think this is my favorite piece in this whole game. I use it for everything. But yeah, I basically just tried to copy what the front of that thing had on. I put that bigger one on. It didn't look the greatest, and then I put this huge one on. It looked like a big nose. But I decided if I made it as small and then kind of copied it twice so it was longer that way instead of just straight up one big piece, it would look better. And it did. Or at least I think it did. Put my little crown on top of there to mark my logo. Add some grills here. I really like those grills. Um, Again, this is fuel cap, kind of age appropriate. Massive steel door handles, little chrome ones, mirrors, little round mirrors. I remember making everything chrome, but I kept the actual back of the mirror body color. I thought that was neat. I decided not to go with an antenna just because I don't think it would have a radio at the time. I think I put an AM radio in it, but I had removed it later. Um, I had put a chrome bumper on it as well, but it was just too massive and stuck out way too far. Uh, no front license plate because I just had no room, so I'm not gonna slap one on there just for whatever sake. I'm just gonna leave it. Put the vents on the back because the motor's back there. Wanted to put a third vent, really just to kind of make it seem like the motor really needed to breathe. But then I thought it was too much and just decided to get rid of it. And just went with the two again. Brake lights. I had stuck these on originally, thinking that they would be like support for the brake lights themselves. But then, those brake lights are ridiculous. But then I found these guys, and they're kind of like VW Bug. And I really liked them. I thought they looked great on there. So I just slapped those on and took those little things back off. Just deciding where to put those was a little difficult because it kept cutting into the body and looking weird. Exhaust I put over to the side. You don't really see exhaust poking out of a lot of old cars like this. They're usually just hidden away. So I tried to just hide it into the bumper as best I could there. One big wiper. Little lock just for the back door. Kept in the middle, nice and symmetrical. And little turn signals, little accents. Yeah, I believe... Oh, I changed up the wheels. Did I change it? Oh, yeah, I did. I just went for old steely style. But I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty close to the original car. Obviously, like I said, it's smaller, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, not bad. I decided to call it the 4C Wii because it was French. I included these little clips here just to kind of really show how terrible this car was to drive. Like, it always just... My wheels are turned left there, and I kept going right. There's not much I could do. It was just so much weight in the back. Actual lap time took me a while to get because I really wanted a great lap time, but I really didn't want to take it super carefully. So I really drove the car to the limit while going around the track and trying to maintain control. A weird thing I learned about rear-engine, rear-drive cars. If you don't let go of the accelerator around some corners, they kind of maintain grip. And I think that's because you don't go into gear braking, where if you have your car in a gear and you let go of the clutch and you let go of the throttle and you're actually decelerating, the car will use the motor to slow down. And I believe that that's the issue I was having with it spitting out. So if you watch my pedals in the bottom left, you can kind of see that I always keep my foot on it just a little bit. I rarely will take my foot completely off. In the air, I obviously do. This car was terrifying going over these jumps. Every time you'd land, you had no idea what was happening. This corner sucked. So hard to do. I really just took it as slow as possible. As far as top speed goes, I know that Cadillac got like 120 or something, and this car barely does 101. Let's see. 104, 105? Okay, no, it gets up there. Definitely not as fast as anything else, but okay, 111, that's not bad. This corner, again, coming off of that speed, you have to be careful with the gear brake. This is actually a really good example of what I was talking about earlier, where you leave your foot on the throttle. If you watch my throttle, I don't let go at all through that corner, just because it, again, helps with grip, helps me maintain that forward momentum. Yeah, this car was fun. It was difficult, but I kind of liked that it was a challenge. These corners sucked with this car. Again, that curb, I hate that curb. So right about now, I'm seeing that my time is 1:56. I know I'm not going to set any records, but this is kind of the best lap I've been doing. So I didn't really want to, I was calling it quits there. I had been at it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to beat this time. I had to gear change down to make it up that hill because it's got so little power. Yeah. Fun. It was pretty interesting, pretty weird. Like, I can only imagine what this list is going to look like at the end now. 219.122. So, bottom of the list. Surprise, surprise. I can only imagine what this list is going to look like after I get 10, 15 cars on it. Like, it's just going to be all these weird, super strange cars that you'd never see competing all in a list. And I'm kind of excited for that. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.